Hello everyone, this is like the third time I'm trying to record this video because my PC decided to crash. Welcome to a ref guide for season 4. Buckle in, we have everything here that you need to know about what sets you need to use, what controller you need to use, the builds that you need to run, the units you need to run, and a full breakdown of the boss so you understand its mechanics. So let's get right into it. So sets. We're going to be running speed set. Speed set is king, speed is always king. So you're going to be running speed so you can pick up speed sets because they'll always be good no matter what. Destruction set is your DPS set in the game, so you always want to pick up a destruction set if you can. Alternatively, you can pick counter set if you'd like, if you're more of a counter set gamer. Like for instance, MO does went counter or destruction, so these both happen to be really good sets for her, so yeah, whichever one you prefer. As for other sets, pretty much whatever you want. I personally run immunity and protection set because they're two really good sets that are really good for this current meta. Immunity being almost important on every single unit. Alternatively, you can also run Torrent. Torrent is a really good DPS set. Pen set is never really bad, and you can make the argument, oh, what about Emprey and Ilanov? What about the Yen? If you run Pen set on a unit like Selene, it's not going to get reduced that much by those characters. It's only characters that have high pen that get reduced, so pen is still a very good set. Resist set is good for your soul weavers. If you get high resist on immunity set though, this would be better, but resist set is not bad. HP set is also very good for your tanks. So pretty much pick out of those sets and you will be set. Alright, rift controller. What rift controller should we be running? So primarily the TLDR, you're going to be running 1, 2. That is pretty much the route that you're going to be going. So explanation for this is that these two just increases your DOT damage, right? And this one here extends the buffs as well as increases effectiveness for your ranger, aka someone like Robin, and I think maybe no, it just helps effectiveness for like Bihu. It doesn't really do anything else for him. The right one here is if you're running Charlotte, so it increases her damage. The second one here is if you're running a thief, which the only one here would be haste, which haste is really not that good for this fight, so I wouldn't recommend using him. So this one is not that good. The last one here is vampirism for the back row. That happens to be if they're a ranger, which once again goes towards Robin. So you're going to pick this one as a no-brainer. This one here helps out Aramintha as one of our debuffers because she does not have burns on her S2. So running this means you get a burn on the S2 and the S3 and identity off your S1. It makes her a lot more cleaner for this run. This one here basically means you can run a 2-man comp. I'm pretty sure this is hinting towards if you're running Charlotte, so you can 2-man with Robin Charlotte. This gives vampirism towards for both of them and Gab for both of them. So you can run this plus this together to get that going. But this is where you're going to lean towards because this shortens the cooldown on Robin significantly, meaning you can burn every single turn or every other turn, which is really good. It will increase the amount of damage you're doing so you can get your runs done faster. So I think it's 100% this one. The right one here is once again, if you're running Charlotte as your frontliner, you basically pick this one. The second one is going to be your best bet. It gives crit for all allies and also increases crit damage to the max, meaning 350. This means your Robin is not only putting on burns, but it's always doing a really high crit damage because everything is maxed out. So I do really recommend doing this one. But you also have to run only one ally, so you can't run a team if you use this. This one here is if you're using a Soul Weaver, which pretty much hints that you're still using a full team. If you have these vampirism buffs, I don't really think you need it. Hazel, running Hazel, Hazel is really good. But you can do this if you really want to, but like if you're still running Hazel, you can. That's pretty much it. So let's talk about the units that you're going to be using for this fight. So you want 2 debuffers, and the debuffers that work for this fight will be Aramintha, Hazel, and Robin. Unfortunately, any characters with bleed is not that good because bleed as a whole is not a good debuff. It just doesn't do as much damage as burns, so you want to capitalize on more burns than bleeds. So Seren and haste is out of the fight for this one. Next slot is going to be your DPS. You're going to have to run a crit DPS. If you're running Charlotte in the front row, that will be your crit DPS instead of Mercedes. Mercedes is an easy access character everyone has, so you can pick her if you need it. And lastly, I think Bomb Model Kana is also a very good option for your last slot because she has AoE hits. Okay, let's take a look at builds. So if you're using Robin, you specifically want to have, right now I have a PvP build, so this is not exactly the stat line you want to run if you want to have a specifically Rift geared Robin. If you run a Rift Robin specifically, you can run her slower around 180 speed, as high attack as you can go. Maybe if you're a new player, maybe 3.5 plus is your average. 4k is ideally where you want to be and higher, and you can drop effectiveness completely. If you're running the first Rift controller, you should get 100 free effectiveness for it, and you need at least 105 effectiveness just to clear the boss effect resistance. And since you get 10 off a Hazel, that means pretty much running that Rift control plus Hazel means you already have 110 effectiveness off the bat. So realistically, you don't need any effectiveness on Robin if you're running that. But once again, since currently I'm probably going to use her for PvP for the time being, I have her on this build here. But for more efficient Rift runs, you do want to have way more attack than this so you can have more damage. If you choose to run Aramintha, pretty much the same spiel with Robin, but instead you're going to be running at least 95 effectiveness plus Hazel. So sky high attack, as much attack as you can possibly do. You could probably drop her speed to like maybe 200-ish, and then 95 effectiveness to land your debuffs. And on her specifically, as well as you're going to be running the wait, that's not the detonate one. You're going to run detonate. Okay, there we go. And then you're going to be running Candlestick. Candlestick helps cycles their turns way faster, so you can get off more S2s and S3s. The more burns, the better. So running around Candlestick is probably your best option, and if you're going to be using Candlestick on anyone on the team, I recommend it be Aramintha. And also Candlestick on Robin also helps more than her own artifact, but if you don't have another Candlestick, you can run her on her own artifact for the burns. Lastly is our DPS. Our DPS, you just build them with as much high damage as possible, build them around the same speed as your other characters, preferably probably last in line, but you're going to build her around the same speed as your other characters. And for Mercedes, I prefer Kaldahara because it gives you increased damage by like 30% if you have this maxed out. But if you choose to run her own artifact, that is fine as well. It gives you a free counterattack. Hazel is Hazel, just build her like any other Soul Weaver. This is just random gear I have tossed on for any PvP content I need to do, because pretty much the gear she uses doesn't really matter, right? So yeah. And of course, if you don't know, just to show you, where is it? She gives free team attack and free team effectiveness, which is the reason why our gear requirements can get lowered. Now, if you choose to run Carrot needs to run pretty much the same stat line once again, as much attack as you can possibly can. So around like 4k plus, maybe 5k, you can really do it. I have pretty low attack on this right now, probably because I have an HP here. But I can run like probably attack here to make her a lot more friendly for this fight. You can also drop her speed for effectiveness, well, for attack, so that way she can just get more attack and taste less turns, so you can get off more burns off of her being hit. On Carrot, you can run Etika Scepter or Candlestick as well. Either one works. I'll do my first run with Aramintha, and then the second run we can do it with Carrot, and I'll probably swap. I don't have Molas on my Kana, so I don't know if I'll really show that fight, but pretty much we'll show both Aramintha as well as Carrot. So I'll explain the fight at first, and then I'll let the runs auto so you can see the full fights. So this first buff here basically gets dispelled and changed into a debuff after you attack 4 times with the AoE skill. And because we chose these characters here, Robin has 2 AoE skills, Mercedes has 2 AoE skills, plus an extra attack on S2 if she has attack buff, meaning she has 3 AoE skills, and Aramintha has 2 AoE skills. So that requirement is fully done. If you run Carrot instead of Aramintha, her S3 is AoE, and if you run Kana instead of Mercedes, her S3 is AoE. And all of Charlotte's skills are all AoE, so pretty much all these characters fulfill the requirement. The second one here is based off of debuffs. This is pretty much a no-brainer. As long as you're running burn characters, which is pretty much what the whole fight is based off of, you're pretty much going to get this done immediately. It's basically off of 3 hits, so pretty much Robin hits twice, and basically the next character that hits will trigger this to go down. And this one is based off of buffs. This should be the last one to go down because our buffer is Aramintha, which is second, but once you get a buff on everyone else, once they start doing hits, it should go down. So I'll let the first part play out so you can see the buffs go down. And of course, if once you get the Rift control, Aramintha would be way better on here because the S2 would also do burns. So as you can see, the first buff went down for the debuffs because the debuff requirement was a no-brainer. The AoE buff should go down here as right now because we did 4. and then the buff one shall go down as well on this turn. And there we go. So from here, we're going to actually start to stack shackles, which will increase the burn damage that we do. So I'm just going to let the fight play out from here. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll just let both of the runs play out so you guys can see it. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Obey me. Obey me. It'll be over before you know it. You must be hot. What are you gonna do? Brace yourself. Rest in peace. Obey me. I'll show you my secret methodology. Embarrassing. Let's get it over with. do? I don't know. Obey me. Obey me. We've already finished analyzing you. Just as planned, beyond the abyss, to the ends of futility.
Rest in peace.
Oh my! Obey me. Obey me.
Should I turn them to ash?
Bye-bye. Please hurry. It's urgent.
Let's show them what we've got.
How? Unveil your eye of terror. Statistically, the odds are on my side. Oh, come on. Obey me. Obey me.
Bye-bye.
Let's get it over with.
Rest in peace.
Oh my! Blaze!
You must be hot. What are you gonna do?